Annyeonghaseyo, this is meowmurai. Let's check out Final Zone running on Nintendo Switch 2. Now, Final Zone was released on the Mega Drive, also known as the Genesis. I don't imagine there'd be a lot of problems running this game, even on the original Switch. Let's see, nearest neighbor by linear. Nearest neighbor's probably fine. No frame skips. I think the audio's fine. Oh, we have cheats too, huh? Wow. Alright. This is the not quite as popular as the sequel. Although the sequel is popular, maybe not for necessarily good reasons. It's because the dubbing is notoriously bad, along with the title song, which was done on the TurboGrafx 16, specifically that version, right? Obviously the PC Engine CD one had the Japanese dubbing and language, but the English translation of Final Zone 2 is quite legendary. However, that is not true for Final Zone 1. I do remember this game not really even running particularly well on the Mega Drive. So we'll see how accurate this is. And like I said, without the CD sound and the bad translation, this is just it doesn't have quite the same impact. Looks like they bothered to redo the title screen. That's interesting. Okay, yeah, this is definitely running the way I remember this game running. With the animation being a little weird. And then it's essentially a gauntlet style game. It's the kind of game that really would have benefited from dual stick controls, had such things existed at this time, outside of the arcade, and actual tank controls. Whoa, I actually ran faster than. I see there's no cap on the frame rate in the emulation. Well, sometimes that thing just runs well beyond the 60. Yeah, see right there? I think just jetted in its emulation. Yeah, I actually think it runs faster than the original. Like I said, the original ran pretty slow. It's pretty chunky. Now it's gonna have a little slowdown. Yeah. I wouldn't say this is like a totally optimized emulator. Let's see, I just have to find a certain number of enemies. And of course there's a pattern to them, but I don't know what it is. If I did ever know it at one point in time, I've certainly forgotten it a long time ago. Versus Great Bull. Yeah, look at that thing. It just pretty much just jumps all around. This might be a product of the Switch 2, but I don't think so. As I said, the Mega Drive and this particular game, I would imagine that it has very few problems running at full frame rates. Like I said, it's actually running too fast. Tough game. Oh, I can't turn my ship here. Stage 1 clear. Copper scorpions, 6 copper hornets. Oh my god, this emulation. It just it's just running rampant. I guess I should keep some missiles in the air, otherwise this thing is just gonna keep continuously run too fast. Oh, Black Knights. Okay, well, why don't we stop it there? This is meowmurai. You've been watching Final Zone, running on Nintendo Switch 2. Yeah, boy, the emulation is a little troublesome. I mean, the good thing is that it never drops frames, but the bad thing is that sometimes it just runs the game too quickly. So, in a way, it's sort of nice not to see, the performance issues from the original Mega Drive version. But now we have different performance issues, and I'm not sure which is better: the kind of slow chunkiness that the Genesis version could experience, or the inconsistent frame rate of this emulation, which runs some things better, some things the same, and some things much too quickly. So yeah, certainly not ideal. I'd probably go back to the drawing board on the emulator they're using, and at least pose a few limits on there so that the game doesn't overcommit to how fast it runs. I will say though, at least they redid these title screens and they matched the buttons that you use on the controller that you're playing the emulation through. So that is interesting that they went that far. But yeah, I wish there was a little bit more care put into the speed of the emulation. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.